meetings on the Wednesdays that we don't have our regular meetings, so it would be same place, same time.
Okay, 7 PM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have enough time to publicly notice that?
Yeah, I think we do.
I'm not sure.
I mean, you could post it.
Yeah, there's specific rules about publicly
I'm
noticing.
aware of that.
Yeah, you can do an
It's-
emergency
a week
post.
is
I don't know
enough.
if it's
A
technically.
week is
Okay.
enough time.
If you're confident, then that's cool.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Like Tim, the reason I was gonna, I don't wanna squish it into and do it at 9 o'clock at night.
No, exactly, and if you want to have a workshop,
Yeah. And then I also, don't wanna just do public engagement with the public hearings that we would eventually get to when we propose changing the code.
So you
It could
want
be
to
the start of
provide
our.
information.
Well, I mean, the public is, welcome to attend, and we're just gonna have basically a village board meeting that
It's
just focuses on the NBR recommendations.
It's really mostly our chance to talk about
Okay,
what we would consider as a village board,
all right.
right? So it's not required that you attend. It'd be great if you wanted to attend, but it's only required that,
Complicated life now.
it's only required that at least 3 of us attend.
Yeah, I know about the 3 rule. I can be there. I'll see if others can be there. Brad can be there.
Great.
Oh, speaking of letting people know, did we get the recommendations up on the website? NBR?
There's
no place to put them. I really would like our minutes to go up. Like I said, I made extraordinary efforts, and Alex can attest to this. Do you want me to speak to the microphone?
Oh, yes. I thought there was a place on the
No, there is
website.
no place. I asked for a place to put the minutes. I made extraordinary efforts, and Alex can testify. I chased her down, and she was kind enough to help in many circumstances, so we could we got 12 of the meetings recorded, but only 6 remain. I don't know what happened to the other ones. I do have a copy of one that's missing, because you were kind enough to lend me the disc. But some of them weren't downloaded, and some of them just disappeared into the ether. However,
So the ones we have are on the YouTube channel.
except for one,
Okay.
which I have a copy of, which I can give to Alex. She gave it to me originally, and then I don't know what happened to it. It went somewhere away
To the ethers.
in the building, because it definitely came back. And I made sure that we took very detailed minutes, and Don can attest to that, because I was concerned that we might not have records of important decisions that we made because of the problem of getting the meetings recorded and making them available. So I did send the request for that when I sent you the information, our final reports. I said, I would like to have a place where these minutes could go onto the village website.
If you search in the search box, NBR, it comes up, but we're working on actually getting the proper folder because one wouldn't know to search. But
No, I didn't
it's
know
on
to
there.
search because I
Yeah.
went looking.
It's in there, but.
Did we make one of
not
those
useful.
boxes that we put on the homepage that says, if you want to go to the NBR page, click here? It just says a workaround until, right? Or maybe that's the solution you were thinking of, I don't know.
That's, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, thank you for that.
So, yeah, I was thinking just the recommendations, but you're right, you did say in that email, if you could put all that other stuff up there too, that would be good, and I agree, it would be, as
I
much
mean, it's
information that we
it
can
should be
provide the
part of
public
public
with.
record.
Yeah.
They were public meetings, and they should be available for the public to take a look at. And as I said, I made sure we had really detailed minutes so that, even if there wasn't a video record, there would be a record of all the decisions we made and what we consulted.
Yeah, and there were a lot of decisions, so
Yeah.
that will be helpful.
Okay, so the next item is number 7, sign-on letter, elected leaders urging the Public Service Commission to reduce utility fixed charges to customers. Katie, did you want to share what you read from Cahill's office?
I know that you reached out, so we got this request from Jen Metzger from the Rosendale Town Board to voice our concerns with Central Hudson's requested rate hikes. And I'm trying to find Assemblyman Cahill's press release on that.
So the letter that Jen Metzger asked us to sign on to and that the Rosendale Board supported, I believe currently the Central Hudson fixed charge is $24. There's a proposal to raise it to $25. National Grid in New York State has a fixed charge of $17. And I think in Massachusetts and Rhode Island were cited as examples that have much less expensive fixed charges.
Like a third.
But then I asked for a response from Central Hudson. What's their thinking? You know, how do they defend this request to increase the fixed charge cost? And they sent back a response, but I didn't really.
Difficult to follow.
It was a little difficult to follow. Plus, it was late this afternoon, so my brain was a little mushy by that point.
Yeah, I didn't, they, personally, my take on their position that they do this to promote conservation to be suspect at best. To just read a couple quotes from Kevin Cahill, Assemblyman Cahill's, and these were his comments that he's submitting to the PSC. So the PSC is the entity that gets to decide if Central Hudson's going to get awarded this ability to increase the rates. So Cahill quotes Richard Berkeley, Executive Director of the Public Utility Law Project of New York. The rate shock caused by this case's double-digit increases will drive more customers into financial crisis and ability to pay their other vital bills and will result in more shutoffs by a company that terminates service more often than the average New York utility and hit a high of more than 11,000 shutdowns or shutoffs in 2016. I find the argument that there's people who are already struggling so much to pay their bills to increase their Central Hudson bills this much, this fast, to be sort of just completely unacceptable. Citizens for Local Power says Central Hudson already has the highest fixed charges in the state, a burden on our residents and small businesses that should be reduced, not increased. And then Callie Jane from Citizen Action of New York talks about this huge hike. A rate hike this huge is going to heavily impact everyone in this community and make it even harder for people already struggling to keep the lights on. Central Hudson needs to provide more thorough information on the needs for these hikes and more time for the community to be heard. So I guess some of the comments people are presenting is also slow down and listen to us a little bit more. The comment period, if people want to chime in and let Central Hudson know if they approve or disapprove with these rate hikes, is October 20th, and you can go to the PSC Public Service Commission website to get information about how to submit those comments.
So I motion that the village board agrees to sign on to this letter of support.
I'll second.
All in favor, or discussion?
You got anything?
All in favor?
Aye.
It's a very good letter. Okay.
Okay. So the public access and recording of meetings. I attended a public access meeting recently, spent a fair amount of time there. It was recorded. I think the discussion has been put on public access. My father said he watched it. He said he couldn't really hear what anyone was saying. But he also uses hearing aids. So I don't know if it was the quality of the audio, but so Anton from the Public Access Committee has been working with Christina, and I forwarded some emails between Christina and Anton. He said he was going to look at our existing system and to see if we could streamline what we had, so as meetings are recorded, they could automatically be uploaded to YouTube and Facebook and possibly Channel 23 without the process that we currently use, where we're recording something on a DVD and then it's being manually handled by our public access coordinator. So let's see what Anton comes back with, because the other possibility is, he's saying that we have the ability to do some of this now, and that the Boxcast solution that Christina has researched might not be necessary. My understanding, based on Christina's research, is that Boxcast provides a simple, easy-to-use solution which empowers our staff to set up and record meetings more easily, and then make sure that they're streaming to a variety of locations. So, we have some time before we get a recommendation from Anton. So any other discussion on that before we move on to the next topic?
So any decisions being made in terms of whether to continue to support financially the channel? That's also a decision moving into the future?
Yep.
Okay. A couple of questions on the rest of the agenda, because I'm feeling some Yankees flu. Do we envision any action on item number 12 tonight, or is it just informational? I did a lot of information in the public on that. Are we envisioning taking a vote?
Right, and we only got the
It's our
memo
first
today.
Yeah, it was heavy. Yeah. And might I give the crosswalk update at this time?
Do it.
I'm not feeling well, I may have to leave. So there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of back and forth in terms of what material would be proper and ideal for any Pride crosswalks. And Sacramento, for example, uses colored stones. There's so many different ways to do this. I think what I'd like to advise the village board to do in this regard is to charge our Department of Public Works we will deliver to them all the different options that exist in the United States right now that we can find, and have them review and make a recommendation to the board in terms of what they're most comfortable with. If it ends up being paint, I'm sure that we can get volunteers to paint crosswalks manually. But whatever, thermoplastic, stones, whatever it might be, we're like the 20th or 30th community that's thinking about this. And there's a lot of pictures out there in terms of ways other people have done it. So why don't we let our professionals tell us, rather than try and tell them what they should be doing. That was the conversation I had with Jeff Rindler most recently was, we shouldn't be spending our time trying to tell the DPW what materials to use. We should be letting them tell us how they want to do it, and we'll nod our heads and say thank you.
But you'll give them the list of the
Yeah.
menus, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
What about, just one quick question. There was some, conversation with the governor's office about, maybe getting us permission to do it on Main Street. Has that been moved forward in any way?
The update I got on that was that he had spoken with several individuals in the governor's office. He would be seeing one of them last Thursday evening, and the comment was, I will nail his feet to the ground in order to get a clear answer. So we haven't spoken since last
Okay.
Thursday. That was the feedback I got. Thank you, I appreciate your indulgence.
Okay, I have really exciting news about the building department copier proposal from the clerk's office. Because everyone,
You actually could, so I don't think
No, I
that's
do.
that funny.
I do.
I'm excited that you're gonna-
everyone kept like punting on this really exciting opportunity. And I took the time to sit down with our
Oh, thank
staff
you.
today. And what Alberta and I decided on is that we are going to keep the copier in the clerk treasurer's office. They like it, it works, we're going to keep it. The copier in the building department would be better if we could put some larger format paper in. So we're in the midst of a lease for the existing copier. So we're gonna contact that same company so as not to endure any penalty from that same company and say, hey, same company, can we get a new and improved copier and enter into a new lease? And Alberta said that not only can we do that and get the additional functionality that the building department needs, but it will be less expensive. The flip side is that we're then locked into now a 63 SIC month lease. So we're married to that company for a bit longer, but it's cheaper with more functionality. So we will continue to only have 2 copiers in the entire complex here. And that idea of moving a copier up here, so we ended up with 3, that concept goes away. Well, that's the plan, if everyone's cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
Alberta was fine with it, so if she's good with it, I'm good with it. So we can report back that we want to go with the 2 copier plan, only an update for building department. Great. I don't think we need to do a motion or anything. Does anyone care about whether we put a FedEx box in here at Village Hall? Alberta felt like that was providing
I'm down,
some
that's
value to the
fine.
community. Terrence is okay with the idea. You
You do.
want a FedEx
We-
box here?
I care about the issue, I'd like to debate it, I would like.
I would personally prefer a larger UPS box. I mail like 2 things a year, and for whatever reason, it happens to be UPS. But
When are you gonna take down the Time Warner box?
it's gone. It's
Is
been
it?
gone for like 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I keep coming here at night, I don't see.
It's gone. I got rid of it because you asked that we get rid of it.
Do we need to make a motion, or do we just say we're good with that?
Is everyone good with it? Bill, you're,
Yes, I'm good with FedEx box, thanks.
but we're not officially endorsing the use of FedEx as a
By no
overnight
means.
carrier. By no means. Okay. So that we're good with that. We'll let Alberta know that they can put one in. So we got encouraging news from the county. They were fine with our stormwater management law. So I believe that then allows us to go ahead and move forward with that law.
Okay. So we need a motion for that, then.
I motion that we adopt that law.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. So that moves us forward on our MS4 stuff, right? There's
Yeah.
still a checklist, but we're working our way through it.
Yep, now we have a stormwater management law, which we are required to have to be MS4 compliant. Okay, so we got so item number 12, we got a memo today. We'll look at that during our free time. Item number 13, proposed
So we're just
home-
skipping over that, because I'm gonna need some help with somebody walking me through that. That's just not a language I speak, and
Yeah, Bill said he'll provide.
not just walk through, but sort of like, why?
Yeah.
Over coffee, you guys should chat
Sure.
about that.
Anyone that has any questions.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is the proposed home occupation code overhaul amendment. Any thoughts on that? I think we gotta put that on the next agenda.
Yeah.
How about, local update on census addresses? Alex, didn't you take a look at that today? What do we need to do?
I think we need to just say Dave is gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we make a motion that Dave's going to complete that form and send it back to the Census Bureau? Someone
Second.
want to say, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I motion that we support the fire department's idea. They want to do a boot drop fundraiser, and
October 21st,
on the 21st of October, it's a Saturday,
11 to 3.
from 11 to 3, and they're going to pick a couple of intersections and approach cars and ask
one of
for
those.
financial support for our volunteer fire department. I I motion that we okay this fundraiser.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I motion that we approve bills and claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I don't think there was anything at the end of the agenda, because I did my rental registration form
Yeah.
earlier.
You good?
Yep.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pancake breakfasts anymore?
Oh,
You know,
What's that?
Some departments do.
I mean, in New Paltz, do they?
I was
do
driving
they-
somewhere and it was a small town, I think in like
Low.
Vermont.
Yeah, they're a good way to